This instructional video is on installing a package. Now, packages are one of the easiest ways to get bees, and oftentimes installing them can seem a little daunting, but it's actually a very easy activity, and I'm going to take you through step by step on how to do this properly. Now, first, I just want to kind of bring us back to what we had discussed in our Purchasing Bees lecture, which is kind of coming back to some of the facts about packages. Packages are sold throughout the United States, generally through clubs and suppliers. Usually clubs will take bulk orders in the early part of the year, and that is to help with discounting some of those packages and getting packages into their area. You can also purchase them from suppliers throughout the United States. Generally, those suppliers are located in the South and in the West, is where most of our packages come from. Now, in Michigan, we typically see packages are sold as far as delivery usually occurs in April and early May. This is problematic in a lot of situations, and that is because these packages are vulnerable to cold. Oftentimes, people who are purchasing packages are installing these packages on brand new equipment, and when you install packages on brand new equipment that does not have drawn comb on it, those bees cannot thermoregulate like they normally do. And so what that means is that if you have a cold snap after a package install in Michigan, especially in northern Michigan and the UP, you can oftentimes run into a situation where you can actually freeze out your package because they cannot properly thermoregulate. This is one of the biggest issues with packages in the state of Michigan, is that we tend to see them come too early. If you are going to be purchasing packages, always try to get the last delivery of packages coming to this area. Usually by early May, we're kind of in the clear. Sometimes, winter can persist even longer than that, but you want to get them as late as possible. These are also available online. Most of your major beekeeping companies like Dayton, Man Lake, Better Bee, they all sell packages as well. So you can also get these shipped directly to you through an online source. Now, when you do get your package, when do you install it? Now, packages are essentially just a box of bees. It's a 3-pound package of bees, which is about somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 bees. And basically, if you were to take that and just have it hanging around, it can actually, you're losing bees every day as that package is just sitting around, because again, it's just a box of bees with a feeder in it. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. So if you do get a package and it is too cold to install it outside, you can hang on to it for a day or two, but you want to get that in as quickly as possible, because they can't thermoregulate in that ball either in that package. And so it's just a tough situation. So if you get them early, generally what I say is you want to, as soon as you get a good day, you need to get them in. But if it is cold, and by cold I mean if you're in freezing temperatures and you put them in a hive, they're just going to die. So you can still maintain that package in a basement or somewhere where it's kept a little bit warm. Now, make sure, if you are doing this for any sort of couple days or what have you, make sure you are checking that they still have feed. That feeder can that's inside of that package, that's installed when that package is put in. And by the time you get this package, they may have been in that box for 2 or 3 days by now. So they're going through that feed. You can pull that feeder can out, take a piece of wood and just cover that opening after you pull it out, and you can see if there's feed in there or not. You can actually shake it and see if there's feed. If there's not any feed in there, you're going to have to supplement that somehow. Now you can put that can back in there if it's got plenty of feed, but if it doesn't, what you can do is you can take a mason jar or a bucket feeder, like we talked about in the feed and feeding lectures, and you can just set it right on top of that open hole just so that they can access that food. But you can get a few more days out of them, but you got to make sure that they have food if you're doing that. But ideally, you want to get this installed as soon as possible. So if you pick up your package and it's a nice day outside, get that package installed that day. Don't let them hang around. The longer they're in that box, the worse off they are. They need to get in equipment as soon as possible. All right, so once we have our day that we're going to install these, what do? All right, so how do we install? So step one of our install is you're going to set up your equipment. What you're going to do is you're going to set up a hive, whether it's a deep or medium hive that you're utilizing. You're going to set it on the bottom board. You're going to put that hive body on top of it, and then you're going to have this your hive body with your frames in it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take out the middle portion of your frame. So say the middle 5 or 6 frames, you're going to take those out before you place your bees in the box. And the reason for that is that you're going to be dumping your bees right into that hive, and you want them to be able to fall into the hive and then crawl back up onto the frames. If you're dumping them out right on top of the frames, I mean, they're just right on top of the box, right at you. And so by dumping them into the box, it kind of calms things down a little bit more. You don't have as many bees flying around. It just makes things a little bit easier. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to remove those middle frames so that you can install those bees into that particular area. The next thing you do, step 2, is going to be taking out the feeder. So you see that silver feeder up here on the top of this package. You're going to pull that out and you're going to set it aside. Now, the thing that you need to understand is at this point in time, you're likely going to get some bees flying around. That's not a big deal. When you put these bees into the hive and you install that queen, all of the bees that are flying around you are going to come back. So you don't need to worry about losing bees when you open this package up. They're going to find their way back to it. So go ahead and you're going to take that feeder can out. And now we're going to prepare ourselves for getting ready to put this, install this package. Next step 3, is that after you take off that feeder, you pull that feeder can out, there is going to be a queen cage hanging right next to that feeder, kind of like what you see pictured here. The next step of this process, after you take the feeder out, is to ensure that your queen is alive. So you're going to take that queen cage out, you're going to look inside of it, and you're going to see through that cage if she's alive or not. If she is dead, if your queen is dead, you need to contact your supplier immediately and let them know that your package arrived with a dead queen. Typically, package suppliers keep around extra queens because this is a problem that does happen in transit, is sometimes you do lose queens. It's just the fact of moving livestock around through US Postal Service and UPS. So just be aware, you need to make sure that happens. If you install this and then 2 weeks later figure out that you're not queen right, or that something was wrong with your queen or something, that's too late. At that point, that's your package at that point. So make sure you do this right away. So you're going to verify that your queen is still alive in that queen cage. The next step is that we're going to pour our bees into the hive. And this is physically pouring them into the hive. The opening where your feeder was is where you're going to be doing this. Now, this is for our typical wooden packages like you see pictured here. There's also a plastic version of this called the bee bus that has an opening at the back and front end of it that you can just open and dump right out. It's very convenient, but we typically see more of these wooden packages than you see the bee bus as far as when you get packages. So this is what you see pictured here is pretty much, that's most of the standard of what we see packages shipped in. And that is the one where you pull out the feeder can and you're going to dump those bees right out of that area where the feeder can is, right into our open area that we created by removing those frames. Now, if you need to tap the box a little bit to get those extra bees out, feel free to do that. That is totally fine. The other thing you can do is you can also, if you have some stragglers in the package itself, you can set that package right in front of the hive, and typically they will find their way into the hive from the package in a few hours, based on the queen pheromone that's in the hive itself. They'll track back to that. Now, the things you don't want to do, especially in northern Michigan and the UP, is when you're doing an install, is you do not want to use sugar syrup spray. This is something that I see on the internet a lot, where people feel like they want to hose down their packaged bees before they install them to calm them down or to keep them so they don't fly away. The bees will find their way back to the hive. They've been in this box together for a while, a few days. They're going to find their way back. Don't worry about that. You do not need to spray them with sugar syrup, especially up here, because when we do package installs, we typically are still in kind of cold temperatures. And the last thing you want to do is get your bees wet when the temperatures are not warm. The other thing you're not going to use is smoke. Smoke is something that we use to kind of I'd say remove the temperament of bees. I don't like say calming them because it doesn't calm the bees. It's not a calm reaction for them. It's calm from our perspective that we see them calming down with the smoke. But the thing about smoke is that we typically use smoke in those situations where bees are getting testy. When you're installing a package, though, these bees are already under a lot of stress, and stress is in smoke. Their response to smoke is a stress response. So by eliminating as much stress as possible, we're just making it easier on the bees. So I don't advocate for using smoke either. Dump the bees in the box and then let them be. And I don't mean that as a pun, but just let them be. They will be able to do what they need to do as soon as you get them in that box. But that's the big thing, is we need to get them in the hive as quickly as possible. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to reinstall the frames. So we're going to put those frames in gently right over where the bees were that we installed. And you may have, a ball of bees right there at the bottom, and you gently put that frame in. They'll move out of the way, but don't go in there slamming things in there and crushing bees. You're not going to be crushing bees with us. And when you're working with Beewise Farms, we are very conscious about being slow, methodical, and being mindful of how we are treating our bees. So everything should be done gently and slowly when you're reinstalling these frames. All right, so we have our queen in our cage. Remember, we took her out as we were getting ready to pour our bees out. Now, when you take her out, as far as you take the queen cage out of the package, you want to set that somewhere safe, and you want to set it somewhere that's like not in the sun. Usually, I'll put it in my pocket, my top pocket of my veil, just so that she's nice and safe. But now, after you've gotten those frames put back in, now it's time to install your queen. Now, this is going to be probably a little odd sounding to some of you who have been doing this maybe for a year or two. But I'm going to explain to you why this makes sense. When we install packages, you have a queen in a cage, and typically what people think they need to do is after they install the package, they need to put that cage inside of the hive, release the cork plug on it so that the candy plug is exposed, and then you let the bees eat through that candy plug to release the queen. Now, that is the typical way to do a slow introduction for a queen. Now, for a colony that is just being introduced to a brand new queen that day, that is how you need to release a queen. You need to slow release her because they have to get used to her pheromone or else they'll just kill her. However, in all situations, 100% of the situations where packages are coming to Michigan, in 100% of those situations, those queens have been with that package for at least 2 days, likely 3 if it's coming to the UP. That means that queen pheromone has already been accepted by that package. You do not need to leave that queen in a cage. And in fact, by leaving her in a cage and letting them slow release, you are actually increasing your chances of losing your queen to death. So, in all 100% of package situations in Northern Michigan and the UP, you will direct release your queen when you get a package because she's already been with them for several days. You don't need any more time for acceptance. And the quicker you get her out of the cage, the quicker they can start getting to work on getting your colony built out. So no need for slow release. The big thing that you need to be careful, though, when you are direct releasing a queen, and let me show you this queen cage. Let's go back a couple slides. You see this particular queen cage. Now, there's several different styles of queen cages that are available, but this is one of the industry standards. You can see that there is a screen on the top of this. In all situations, there is going to be a screen on the top of your queen cage. And what that means is that when you do a direct release, you're not trying to release her out of the candy plug. You're basically going to take a pocket knife and put it underneath this screen and pop the screen off slowly. The reason you do this slowly is because if you lose your queen, if she flies away, she's not going to find her way back. That does not happen. When a queen flies, especially a mated queen, like you get in these cages with a package, especially in those situations, once she flies and lands, she's too heavy to get back up and fly again. And so you will lose her. So what you're going to do is you're going to, as you get that screen up, you're going to flip it upside down. So the screen is facing down towards the frames, and you're going to get very close to those frames, and you're going to peel that screen back and let her walk out of that cage. And in fact, many times what I'll do is I'll put a little gap between my frames where I want her to go down, and just enough so that that queen cage can kind of sit in there and just be open down to the bottom, and just let her walk out. Give her a minute or two, pick up your queen cage, make sure she's not on the queen cage still, and then pull it out. And now you have direct released your queen. You do not need to worry about the slow install when it comes to queen releases with packages. Like I said, they've been with this queen for several days. They're ready for her to be out. So just let her out. All right, after you have installed your queen now, you've got your frames installed, you've got your bees put into the hive, you got your queen released, you're looking good at this point. The last piece of this is you need to close the hive up and you need to start feeding. Now, feeding 1-to-1 sugar water is imperative when it comes to installing packages. The reason for this is you're installing first in the early part of the season, and likely there is not forage available, so you need to provide food for them, number one. But it also stimulates wax drawing and brood rearing. And you need wax stimulation as soon as you install a package, because most of the time you're installing them on new equipment. So they have to draw all that wax before that queen ever starts laying and starts building up your colony strength. So you need to make sure that there's plenty of food. And you're going to leave that 1-to-1 sugar water on, refilling it as soon as it goes empty. Just refill it until they stop taking it, meaning at some point in the season, the honey flow will increase enough and they'll have enough foragers going out and collecting nectar where they will stop taking the sugar feed. And at that point in time, you can stop feeding them. But the sugar feed is going to continue to stimulate wax drawing. It basically, what feeding does is it simulates a heavy honey flow. And that's what we're trying to get happening for them to stimulate wax drawing. Now, with packages also, if you're installing it early in the season, you're also likely going to need to add pollen. If we're in a period of time where it's still kind of cold, bees aren't flying, flowers aren't blooming, pollen's not available, and that package didn't come with any pollen in it, and they're going to need pollen. So likely you're going to have to add a pollen patty as well as you get this colony established. So that's how you install a package. Pretty simple process. Not a lot of hard activities here. It's just knowing how to do it. And again, always being gentle and slow and methodical with your bees will make things a whole lot easier. Now, I know we're dumping bees out into a box, but that's the one time you're going to kind of beat them up as you're getting them into this new hive. But always make sure that you're taking care of your bees. All right, folks. I hope you enjoyed this instructional video, and we'll see you at the next one.